Hello, I'm Danielle Stimpson, and Leo, these are your tarot cards for September of 2022. These are general readings, so I suggest checking out your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more complete picture of the month ahead. The spread that I'm using I created just for this month based on the relevance astrology to make it as useful and relevant as it possibly can be to you. So if you'd like to learn more about the decks used, the online Reiki classes that I teach, my Discord, crystal shop, or any of that good stuff, check out the description below for all the details. So without any further ado, let's get right into your reading. Okay, so this is a really big month for you, Leo, and I really had some joy pulling these cards for you. Out of the 5 cards in this reading, 4 of them are major arcana. The first being the theme, and that is justice. And this is justice in its truest sense. Justice is blind. It bases its decisions just on sheer weight alone. This isn't about emotional attachment or different extenuating circumstances. This is just yes, no. Does it fit? Does it not? Is it right? Is it wrong? And this is definitely going to be a theme that you're going to be carrying throughout this month. The starting point is where you find yourself right now as the month begins, and that is the world. The world is about reaching a new plateau, a place of culmination, finality, and completion. You're literally sitting on top of the world in some way, in some aspect of your life. You have taken something that you were working on or that was going on as far as it can be taken, and now you sit at the precipice of something new. So this is the culmination of what's been going on for quite some time for you. Next, we go into the challenge, and the challenge is the only minor arcana. So this looks like a month that is very doable. Here we have the 5 of Wands. I usually sum up the 5 of Wands to my clients as it's the know when to hold them, know when to fold them card. So you have 5 people smacking each other with these wands. There's no clear winner at this point. It's just a lot of energy getting expended, and we're still unsure of the outcome. Wands are definitely action-based energy. This card, especially in the challenge position, and when we see some other cards, you'll see how this is even more relevant. But in the challenge position, I would say this is a card saying you need to be discriminating about where you place your energy at this time. It's a time to be a little bit more discriminating. Is this the thing worth the fight? The expression that comes to mind here is that something you're willing to die on that? Are you willing to die on the hill for that? Or is that the thing you're willing to die on the hill for? And that's very much what this is. Deciding, is this something that you're willing to expend a lot of your energy on and really attach yourself to? Or is this something that maybe isn't worth your time, your effort? Maybe there's a better way for you to go about getting done what you need to get done and getting to the next phases of your life. The next card actually helps shed a little bit more light on that, and that is the Empress. The Empress she's another card that has a lot to do with, in a way, separating the proverbial wheat from the chaff. When we talk about the Empress, she's all about holding a space. It's about gestation and allowing things to germinate and come to their fullest. In order to do that, you really do have to decide where you're going to put your energy, where you're going to put your efforts. The Empress holds the divine feminine and the divine masculine in a perfect balance so that it can create something new. If you think of her as a gardener or farmer, as she's in several decks of cards, she's often seen in nature, as you can kind of see her surrounded by greens here, deciding which crops get the water and how much, which crops need to be tended, which maybe are really nice to have but use a little bit more of your energy. And what things do we want to get out of our way so that we can really focus on getting the most of our harvest, because that's what's meaningful to us. So she's definitely here to help you hold that space. So the lessons and healing is what she embodies for you this month. So lessons and healing, What are you holding space for? What are you growing? What are you manifesting through your actions? And how do you want to continue that development? Do you want to continue that development even? The final card is Whispers from the Guides, and it's just what it sounds like. If your guides could whisper some guidance directly to you, what would it be? And it comes in as the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is another really important major arcana card, and this deck, by the way, is the Fountain Tarot. You can find the link in the description. The Wheel of Fortune, when we think of a roulette wheel, lots of numbers, 2 colors, drop the ball, spins around, and it lands where it lands. It's, you know, it's understood that it's just going to go where it goes. Luck has it. This Wheel of Fortune, it may seem like that. It may seem as though the fates would have things just land where they land. But it's not. This Wheel of Fortune is weighted, and it's weighted by the results and the weight of your previous actions. The Wheel of Fortune will tip into the favor of the person who's put the most energy in the best way. What you're going to put out is going to come back to you much stronger. So when you've got the Wheel of Fortune as a whisper from your guides, this is saying, hey, that whole like deciding where you put your energy and what things you're going to get involved in and what things you're not, it's really important, because later on down the line, it can be your first stake in the ground somewhere new, staking your claim, or a stake right in your own back. So taking that into account, I want us to go back for just a moment. Back to justice. When you're deciding what things you're going to get involved with, now that you've reached this point of the world and new opportunities are coming in, how do I take this thing I've developed and cultivated and bring it to the next steps? Definitely be discriminating, and it's okay to tell someone that as much as you care, maybe you can't be involved in this thing, for example. Or, hey, this looks really great, but I feel like I need to be somewhere else. Or, yes, this is absolutely worth every bit of my energy and I will go to the mat for it. And really knowing that the energy of that will carry on into the future. These are some very big major arcana cards. So the decisions you're making as to what things to fight for and what things to lay down are going to be critically important in your short and very long-term future. So make those choices on a daily basis as wisely as you can. The best advice I can give you over this month, take the time to reflect. Mercury is in retrograde, and that's exactly what that is for. It inhibits us in sharing and communicating because it's a time to walk that back and consider and think within ourselves to see, how does this feel? How does this sit? What do I want to shift or change? Are there attitudes or beliefs that are outmoded? What do I need to feel happy in the future? Take this opportunity to work through those things. Make the best decisions on a day-to-day basis of how to use your energy so that ultimately the Wheel of Fortune will land in your favor. So Leo, have a beautiful September. I do hope to see you back for October. You absolutely got this. And have a beautiful rest of the month.